Hey guys, it's Madison, and if you haven't read that title, today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me / do my makeup plus an ACL journey, like little timeline video, so that you guys can, know what's up, know what's been going on, and so that if you guys are getting like any ACL surgery or any surgery in general, you guys just kind of have like a timeline of what's going to like happen and stuff like that, and how my journey was. So yeah, without further ado, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for notifications to turn notified every single time I post a new video or do anything else on my channel. So let's get straight to the video, okay? I also want to thank my parents, or my family, especially my parents, my friends, and then also my CVC family, because my coaches, my teammates, all of them, they're great throughout this whole process. They educated me, they came to my house, they sent me all these baskets, all these goodies, all those things. So I just want to thank you to all of you guys, and yeah, I love you guys, okay? Period. Yeah, I also have my computer right here that has like a few notes just so I can like, remember some things, because not gonna lie, this was a hot minute ago, okay? This was a little while ago. But yeah, so basically I play club volleyball at Carolina UVC, and this year I was on CVC 17 National. And yeah, so basically at our very first tournament of the season, which was in the first weekend in January, I think it was like the 6th or the 7th or something, I went up to hit a ball. Mind you, this is like 3 points into the set, very first game. I went up to the ball and I landed, and I don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna spare you the video because I know it's disgusting. I've never actually watched the video, but I've seen like ACL like videos, and yeah, it's just disgusting. And I know you don't want to see it. So I'm gonna spare you the video, okay, honey? But yeah, and I just landed, and like I just remember falling to the ground, and yeah, I just remember falling to the ground and remembering like not being able to put like pressure on my leg. Yeah, all that. So honestly, I don't know what I thought happened, but I definitely did not think ACL. Like I would never think that in 1,000 years, okay? Um, yeah. So I end up leaving the game like literally as soon as it happened. Like I literally could not even stay. Sitting down hurt, like bending my knee hurt. Sitting in the chair hurt, trying to put the ice on it hurt, like everything literally hurt. And we were in Rock Hill, actually, I do remember now. We were in Rock Hill, and like the way the Rock Hill like thing is set up, the parking is literally so far, and it was raining and they couldn't find a wheelchair or anything. So literally, me and my mom waddled, like 1 foot at a time, all the way to the entrance. And then my time got to the entrance, they found a wheelchair and stuff. Yeah, shout out to my teammate Jamila, because she helps us to get all the way there. They had to get like all the way to the parking garage, just like across the street. Had to go all the way down to our floor. It was just so much, okay? It was so much. Mind you, I'm just crying because I'm just like, no, like my career is over. Mind you, this was our first game, and obviously I'm playing 17, so I'm playing up. I started the game. I was just feeling good. Like I was feeling like you cannot touch me. And then that happened. So the whole time I'm just thinking, dang, everything was going good, and then everything went left. I just use the Ordinary hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and the Ordinary's moisturizer, and I'm just using Vaseline because I feel like it just creates that like dewy look, even though I already look pretty glossy. But yeah, so yeah, all that happened, and I ended up going to urgent care, and this is like where it actually started. So that was on January 6th. Went to urgent care the same day, and they told me that I just had a sprained LCL, which, if you know like how the knee is, I'll put like a picture somewhere over here. The LCL is on like the inside of your knee. It's like this is your knee. The LCL is like on the inside part of it, and your ACL is like what goes like through your knee, if that makes sense. I'll put a picture so you guys understand. But yeah, so they're like, oh, you just have a sprained LCL, you'll be fine. You don't need crutches. You really don't even need a brace. But like we're gonna give you one just to, like for your comfort. That's basically how it was. Yeah, so they told me that, and I was like, okay. So then they were like, okay, you're only gonna be out of volleyball for a month. I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that. Like, I literally can do that. Well, lo and behold, I was out of volleyball for a month. A hot little month. I don't know why that month might have been the longest month of my life. It was a long month. It was terrible. Yeah, it was just terrible. Ooh, now I cannot find my eyebrow pencil. It was a terrible long month, okay? Just know that. Yeah, so then a month goes by, and I go back for my checkup. I'm like, okay, they're gonna release me. I can go back to playing volleyball. It's gonna be great. And then I get in there, and mind you, I really wasn't paying attention to my knee, but they did end up giving me, or I ended up using crutches, like with the brace. And this was like right after winter break. So I went back to school and I was on the crutches for, I'll say like 2 weeks out of that month. And then I was like, obviously I was off of them for 2 months. And when I went back, he was like, your knee is still quite swollen. And I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's not swollen. Like, that's not, no. I was just like, just trying to convince him that like, that wasn't the tea, And I actually started going to therapy when I sprained my ACL as well. So I went to therapy, I think starting like that 3rd week after it happened. And yeah, so I started going to therapy and stuff. And then I went back and my doctor was like, it's still swollen. And he was like, you never want to hear these words. He was like, it's still swollen, so I think you tore your ACL. And I was like, no. I was like, you cannot say that. And I was trying to hold it together. I was like, no, you can't say that. Like, literally worst nightmare ever. No, I didn't. And he wasn't trying to hear that, honestly. But I didn't really think much of it, and I didn't even really notice it. I just thought like my knee was just like big or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, he was like, we're gonna get you an MRI, and then you can go about it. Mind you, I've never had an MRI done, but I've seen it, and it's like a little hole, not a little hole. It's like this little like tunnel that you have to like slide into, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do that. But yeah, I ended up doing that. So I went to get my MRI. And then the results came back, and the results normally take like a day or 2 days to like go into the system, and then like you go to your doctor like a week or so after that. So yeah, I got my results back, and it was like, you have a complete tear of your ACL. And you also tore your meniscus. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, yo, what? And it was very confusing to me and my physical therapist at the time, because I was walking. I didn't go back to volleyball completely, but I was still like doing a little bit of practicing, like all of that. And I'm like, this can't be real. So mind you, when they told me this, I'm literally sitting in the kitchen, and they like send my mom an email, and it has like a picture of the results, and she tells me, and I'm like, no. And I was in so much doubt. I was like, no, this cannot be. And then they broke down, started crying. I was just like, no, like this cannot be. Like I'm going into my junior year, like this is gonna be my recruiting season, like I was gonna get all the colleges, all this stuff. I'm just like, this cannot be. And then literally 30 minutes later, had to pack it up, fix myself, get it together, and go to volleyball practice. Okay, I wasn't practicing like I was saying, but I was just going as like support. And my entire team knew that like that practice that I was coming back, like we were gonna have the results. So they were all like, when I got to practice, like, oh, it was, what's the results? And I had never said it out loud before, but I was like, I tore my ACL. And when I said it, I literally broke down. Like I held it together. Like we're halfway through the practice. I'm like, okay, I only got halfway left. And they're like, what's the results? And I'm like, I tore my ACL. And it just hit me that like, I literally tore my ACL. Like I'm literally gonna be out for a year. Like, dude. Yeah, I broke down, started crying at practice, but I'm getting off topic. Here we go. Yeah, but like just the whole 9. It was just really, really, really sad. Really sad time, guys. Really sad time, but it's okay. So many emotions, especially since that was like my first serious injury. I've had like rolled ankles and stuff, which none of them actually like required surgery or anything. So yeah, this is like my first surgery, my first real injury. So I was scared, y'all. I was real scared. I didn't know what recovery would look like. My pain tolerance is pretty high if you ask me, but like also don't like hit me with a baseball bat and think I'm not supposed to cry, But yeah, so yeah, just so many emotions. And like I said, I started therapy like the 3rd week or so after they told me I had a sprained ACL. So it's like 3rd week of January. And then I found out my MRI results was like the 1st week in February. And then because I wanted to make sure that I was back before the next volleyball season, because I knew I would be out for a hot minute, I wanted to make sure I was back for the 24-25 season. So I ended up having surgery like a week after we got the results. So I ended up having surgery the 2nd week in February. I want to say it was like the 12th or so. Yeah, so I had surgery then. We're gonna let our concealer sit a little bit, just so you know. MRI, getting the results back for that, and then the day of surgery, there were a ton of things that I had to buy, purchase. And let me know if you guys want to do like a review video. That's what it is. A review video on like the stuff you need versus like the stuff you really don't need. because we were watching, or my mom at least was watching a whole bunch of like TikToks, reels, YouTube videos, stuff to get, talking to coaches. One of the girls, Jamila, like I just said, she's ran her, or she tore her ACL like the season prior, so she like was helping with all that stuff. So like a few things were just like a shower chair, had to get the brace, like making sure you have ice packs that'll cover your entire knee and really your entire leg, which is also why we got the ice machine. Leg pillows, you're not gonna be able to sleep comfortably for a hot minute. Vitamins for recovery, diet change. It literally just affects your entire body if you ask me. Yeah, so all those things. And I tried, me personally, I try not to watch any videos, any recovery videos, any of those things. One, because each is so different. Each like surgery is so different and different people, and depending on like what graft you get, which I'll talk about later, all those things are like so different for everybody. So I didn't want to have like any what's the word? I didn't want to have any, you get what I'm trying to say. I don't want to have any of those, whatever you call those. Any like, dang it, what's the word? I don't know the word. But like I just didn't want to have any idea like what I was going into. I just wanted to just do it and let my path be like my path, you know? Because like I see them now, and like even when I was going to therapy, where like some people, they'll be on crutches for 4 weeks. Some people, they'll be on crutches for 8 weeks. It just like depends on the person, depends on what they're trying to get back to, all those things. So I just didn't want to watch any videos and get any preconceived ideas. There we go, period. I just didn't want to get any of that. So yeah. Yeah, so then surgery day comes. I really don't remember much because we literally had to be there like 5 o'clock in the morning. And girl, that's too early. Okay, that's too early to do anything. But yeah. And then also like with the anesthesia and all that stuff, I really don't remember much. But if you go and watch my Instagram reel that I posted a little bit ago, I like kind of wrapped it up in there, of like what the actual surgery day looks like. And I can do another video on that, talking about like, maybe with my mom or my dad, because they were like actually there and they actually know what happens. I kind of was just out of it, you know? But yeah, we can do that so that like they can talk about like what actually happened, what to like prepare for. Because like I said, I don't really remember much. But yeah, I do remember waking up like a few hours later after the surgery. Like I was at home, waking up and like literally feeling nothing. Like my leg was numb. Like when they do the little nerve block, that's literally the last thing I remember is them doing the nerve block. When they do those, your leg is literally numb. Like you cannot feel anything. Like it's literally like your leg is not there. Okay. And I had my surgery on a Monday, and literally by like that Wednesday morning, I could feel my leg. It literally felt like it was burning from the inside out. But like it hurt obviously, but like it wasn't like intolerable pain. Intolerable? Try whatever the word is. Y'all get it. Yeah. But like it literally just felt like it was burning. Like it was just so hot. I don't know. Yeah, and I just had like this big ace wrap around my entire leg, and then my brace on top of it. Like I said, I had no idea what was going on. And yeah, and then I had to like keep my leg lifted. I had to ice it. All those things were like so, they just felt so weird because like before I couldn't feel my knee, so like none of it hurt. And then after trying to move my leg, couldn't do it. Lift my leg, quad was gone. Like there was literally nothing. And it's like such a weird feeling because it's like I was just able to do all these things. Like lifting your leg should be so simple. It's something we really don't even think about that much. And now I'm literally having to think so hard about it. And like even going to therapy after and stuff was just so weird. So yeah, going into therapy, I started therapy literally a week after, which was that Monday. Had a terrible experience with my first therapy session. It was traumatic. We're not going to go into it because we found a new therapy place, but literally left like 20 minutes in. I was like, no, like you're rude. You're not giving me the information I need. You're like, no, I don't know. So we left and we ended up going to the place that I love now, and I still go there to this day. It's Benchmark Physical Therapy, I think that's what it's called. And yeah, I still go there. I love all the therapists there. I've worked with all of them at this point. They all know me, and it's just such great vibes. And I literally love being there. I love going to therapy there, and it's so great. But yeah, so when I started therapy, they were mainly just working on like getting my range of motion back, doing strengthening stuff as we got further along. But one of the main things that I got from therapy was like this little timeline thing of like each milestone and where you should be at, like what you should be able to do by each milestone. Like I said, everyone is different, so like obviously there's like some like wiggle room in it, but that honestly helped me so much, and I still have it to this day because I'm only 6 months post, but like I still have it, I still use it, and it just helps me a lot. And I really like it because it kind of gives me like a idea of where I should be at each time like I go to therapy or go see my doctor or surgeon or like wherever the case may be. So yeah, I really enjoyed having it. That was like one of the main things that they gave me that I like really like. And then yeah, so in therapy I was pretty much just doing like straight leg raises. I'll put a video in here of me doing like the quad sets and like how they have like this little machine. I forgot what it's called. Not forgot what it's called, but it's something with like electricity, and like it doesn't zap your leg, but like it wakes up your muscles so that you're able to like flex your quad and like do all that stuff, which is really cool. And honestly, throughout this whole process, even now, it's so crazy to see like the amount of technology and all the things that technology can do and all the things it can measure and stuff like that. It's just like really cool to see, and to also see how like technology can track your growth and how you've like changed and how close you are to getting back to where you were originally, like before surgery and all that. So yeah, it's super cool to see. So yeah, we just like worked on stuff like that. Also on my Instagram, if you go to my Instagram, there's a video of like me at therapy, and then also on my volleyball page there's like a whole highlight of therapy and like some of the stuff that we've been doing and stuff like that. When I first started therapy, I was going like 3 to 4 times a week, which sounds like a lot, but like you really have to be like working that leg, getting it back stronger, getting those massages, icing it, doing the heat, doing all that stuff, because you want to heal, not necessarily heal as fast as you can, but you want to make sure that you're really getting the best out of it, you know. So yeah, I was the crutches and stuff, the timeline was also good for that because I don't quite remember the exact time, but I was on crutches with no weight bearing, so I couldn't put any weight on my leg. And then I was one crutch with weight bearing is tolerated, and then I got down to no crutches and I was just in the brace. And then eventually I got to not wearing the brace at all. And girl, I was freed from the shackles, okay? But I love my brace. My brace is life. I love my brace. It just felt so supportive, and I hated giving it up. I did. So then at about the 4-month mark, they noticed that like my range of motion still wasn't all the way there. I wasn't able to bend my knee to 90, like not even close to 90. I think I was at like, the last time I checked was like maybe 45, 50. So yeah, I went back to the doctor and they gave me this machine, which I also still have to this day. And it essentially just like bends your knee for you. And I had to be on that 3 times a day, for an hour. So 3 hours a day pretty much. And I did that for about a month. And then he was like, come back in a month. And if it's not, you know, doing what it needs to do, then we're going to have to do another surgery. And lo and behold, little old me, I was not on it 3 times a day for an hour, not gonna hold you. I was on it more like 45 minutes a day, not 3 hours a day, which obviously is my fault, but I really didn't think it was doing much. We're just gonna find out, obviously it wasn't doing much because I wasn't on it how long I was supposed to be on it. But don't tell nobody, okay? Don't tell my therapist, please. Yeah, so then I ended up going in for this thing called MUA, which is manipulation under anesthesia. And essentially they just go in and like crack the scar tissue on your knee, because basically when you have surgery, your scar tissue wants to like, you know, reform itself back and like get your knee back, whatever. And mine was just building up too fast, and yeah, so I had to go in back for surgery. It's not actual surgery, like they didn't have to go in for mine. They can, but they didn't have to. And yeah, so your surgeon just puts all of his weight onto your knee while bending it until he hears the scar tissue pop. And yeah, so now I'm able to bend my knees 90 degrees, but we're running into another problem where it only bends 90 degrees. Like it won't go past 90 degrees. So we haven't found a solution for that yet, but we're gonna find it. Right now, to give you guys a little update on what's going on right now, present day, live time, I am 6 months post reconstruction surgery, and then I'm 1 month post MUA surgery. Um, and yeah, also today I started a new physical therapy / strength and conditioning place called Architect Sports, which I also love them. It's really cool, but it's also like really strength and conditioning, not just like play strength and conditioning. So I started them today, and now I'm just working on like building up my knee. I started like doing a little bit of jumping here and there, and I actually have volleyball tryouts for 17s again this weekend, which I'm a little nervous for, but we're going to do as much as we can without, you know, hurting ourselves or anything like that. And yeah. Gotta make sure you get your whole face. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. It's definitely been a journey. Definitely been a journey that will stick with me for life. I will not forget this journey. All the hard work, all the time, all the little things that matter that you don't think really matters, like doing your ankle pumps to make sure you don't get any blood clots. So I'll remember all the little things that I need to keep doing. And yeah, so we're only 6 months. We're halfway actually. And it seems like a long time. A year seems like a long time. But if you think about like all the milestones in between, it's really not that much of a long time. So yeah, this journey has been one heck of a ride, if I do say so myself. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions or anything you want me to like answer, oh, that would be a question. If you have anything, any comments, anything like that, this one in the description down below. Any video ideas if you have anything else. If you want me to do another video on like what you do need versus what you don't need, how much it's looking like, how much it's gonna cost you, all that stuff, then comment that down below and I'll make sure to check the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have. And I hope this video was informative for you guys. Also a little fun little get ready with me, okay? So yeah, without further ado, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to post notifications. Touch the notified every single time I post a new video or do anything else on my channel. Bye guys, see you later.